What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy, Wayne Talk, with another one. Terrence Crawford recently had an interview. He got interviewed by Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo on their podcast, and he said something that stirred up a lot of Errol Spence fans. He said he don't think Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer. My opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion right out. I think Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer. I disagree with Terrence Crawford. I know what Terrence Crawford I know what he was saying. See, he trying to compare what Errol Spence did to what he did. He can't compare Errol Spence to what he did in his career, being two-time undisputed, being lineal. I believe Terrence Crawford was lineal 3 times. And so he looking at his career, looking at Errol Spence's career and saying, well, man, he can't be. No, he's not a Hall of Famer. He didn't do what I did, but Terrence, he don't have to do what you did to become a Hall of Famer. Now, and then there's people chiming in. Erickson Lubin chimed in and said Terrence Crawford really ain't beat nobody, and people coming to Errol Spence's defense. His fans are riled up again. They came from the depths. They were down in the dumps for a while. Now this right here, what Terrence Crawford said, got them, all at a disarray. Look, man, to the victor goes the spoils, man. It was a lot of y'all Errol Spence fans, including Errol Spence, that said that Terrence Crawford didn't fight nobody. Y'all for years and years and years and years and years said, who did Terrence Crawford beat? His resume is this. His resume is that. It's not all that. It's not all this. Who was that on his resume? He ain't beat that guy. Oh, he beat that guy at the wrong time. And y'all killed that man's resume for years. Even Errol Spence killed the man's resume. So he came back and said, well, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. That's just that man's opinion. I'm not finna, if Errol Spence would have came out after he beat Terrence Crawford and said, well, Terrence Crawford's not a Hall of Famer. Okay. That's his opinion. I wouldn't have been I wouldn't have been in an uproar. That's just his opinion. Like I said, I think Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer. Is he a bona fide Hall of Famer? Is he a stamp? When you say his name, Hall of Famer? No, but when you think about it, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. I believe he had, 5 title defenses? Maybe 5? He had 3 titles. He's one of the best welterweights of this era, next to Terrence Crawford. Him and Terrence Crawford, 1 and 2. If you were to put Keith in there, Keith is, they like 1, 2, and 3. First is Terrence, then it's Earl, then it's Keith. If you want to do it like that, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He can make Hall of Fame off of just being a welterweight. He ain't have to move up. I know Terrence Crawford said he ain't move up in weight, but you don't have to move in weight. Hagler didn't move up in weight, so you don't have to move up in weight to be a Hall of Famer. I know we live in the era where over the last 30 years, boxers are moving up the weight classes. You know what I'm saying? So no, he don't have to be scaling up the weight classes to be a Hall of Famer. But I get what I get what Terrence Crawford is doing. He's comparing his career if Terrence Crawford compare his career to a lot of guys' career to his, then a lot of guys not gonna be Hall of Famers. But yeah, man, Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer. Y'all can calm down. But yeah, man, it's like like I said, to the victor goes the spoil, man. If I'm telling y'all, the way y'all killed Terrence Crawford's resume, y'all would have said, if he would have lost to Errol Spence, and if Errol Spence would have came out and said Terrence Crawford is not a Hall of Famer, a lot of y'all would agree with it. A lot of y'all would have agreed with it because y'all didn't think Terrence Crawford had a strong resume anyway. And Terrence Crawford's resume is better than Errol Spence's resume. Yeah, I said it. His resume is better than Errol Spence's resume. 2-time undisputed, right? He beat Victor Postal. Remember, Victor Postal was undisputed, beat him for his title. He beat Ndago for his title, and Ndago was unified. Y'all gonna say, well, who was Ndago? Who was Victor Postal? I can go back and pull up archives and videos of a lot of y'all guys saying he was gonna lose to Victor Postal, that he was gonna lose to Ndago, and he going there and beat those guys, and y'all say, oh man, who are those guys? But at the time, both of those guys are undefeated. And one of them was unified, and one of them had I believe Victor Postal had the WBC title when Terrence Crawford beat him. So I don't want to hear that. He beat Gamboa, who was undefeated. That's another third guy who was undefeated. Beat him when he was undefeated. Moved up to 47, beat Jeff Horn when Jeff Horn was undefeated. And when Jeff Horn had beat Pacquiao, and a lot of y'all say one of Errol Spence's best wins is Dennis Ugas, right? So if Dennis Ugas, one of his best wins is Pacquiao, Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao first before Ugas beat Pacquiao. The same Pacquiao that went on to beat Keith Thurman. Yes, that Pacquiao. Yes, that Pacquiao. And y'all say Dennis Ugas is one of Errol Spence's best wins. So Terrence Crawford, look, Errol Spence beat. Let me tell you Errol Spence's best win, Mikey Garcia. What did Mikey Garcia ever do at welterweight? I'm listening. See, if Mikey Garcia would have lost to Errol Spence at welterweight and then went on to beat, let's just say he went on to beat either Danny or maybe Sean or maybe Ugas, and just say, well, he just couldn't mess with Errol Spence. No, he didn't beat nobody of significance at welterweight. Danny Garcia, love Danny Garcia at 140, just like I love Mikey Garcia at the lower weight classes. I love Danny Garcia at 140. Who did Danny Garcia beat at 147 of significance? He lost to Errol Spence. He lost to Sean Porter. He lost to Keith Thurman. He beat Guerrero. That's Danny Garcia's best win at 47. Guerrero lost to everybody at welterweight of any significance. So, like I said, man, Errol Spence has a good resume. He has a good resume. But Terrence Crawford's resume is better than his resume. Period. And Errol Spence is on Terrence Crawford's resume of getting stopped. Errol Spence stopped every welterweight that he faced. I'm out, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.